A long demo with a lot of flapping. Good Sunday morning to you all, YouTube. It is 10:17 now in the AM. As you can see on the bench in front of me, this is the Android 7-inch double-din radio that I bought on eBay. And just as a little FYI, what I did yesterday evening, I came in here and I shot some footage of this radio playing and things like that. I actually filled up the 8 GB card on the Canon that I'm using right now, and after I did that, I took the Kodak PlayTouch here, ZE1, and shot 30 more minutes of video on it. I'm not using that. More than one reason. The deal is I don't want to... number one, the Kodak footage is basically unusable because the sound is so crappy on the Kodak. It just doesn't do it justice at all. So I found some interesting things out about this, and I'll share them with you as I go along here. But what we're going to do, I'm going to use the Kodak again, and I'm going to try to monitor the voltages for both the AC and the dual DC power supply, which I'm going to put that right there. I think I can get both of them in the shot that way right there. And like I say, I will do that, and you can see it over here, I think. Yeah, you can see it there. So what I'm going to do is turn this on. Now the power supply itself is off. You can see the AC is on, but I have the dual DC turned off. And I'm going to switch it on. You'll watch the voltage come up, and you'll also watch this come on. Now, one of the things I learned from having it disconnected overnight, and it was completely disconnected, there was no power going to it. Some of the features on this use a non-volatile RAM that holds its memory, and then some other features don't. Now the main one that doesn't is the clock. You'll notice when the clock comes on, or when the radio comes on, the clock will be wrong. But other than that, the rest of the stuff, the radio station stayed in, the wallpaper I chose stayed in. So you know, that part of it works really good. So let me go ahead and do that and turn this on, and we'll see what it does. Also, I'm going to, it came up rather high, but now it's coming back down to a normal. See, now there's the Toyota symbol. That's what I put on there last night, and that's working rather well. The Android starts up, and I think you'll find it'll come up to 106.1 on the radio. But we'll see, like I say, the clock will be wrong. I'll point that out. There's your speedometer. I'm not really sure why it does that every time, but it does. I didn't do anything to it last time, and so there's your... Turn that down. But like I say, I don't know. I just press not now, I guess, and that's all I do. But okay, you can see the obviously the time is wrong. So that's, you know, I understand why the battery's not hooked up, and that's what sets the time, or keeps the time, I should say. But the rest of it, which is, like I said, that Toyota logo came up, and I thought that was pretty cool. All my memory stayed here for my stations, and like I say, they pretty nice. So now I got to turn this up loud because I don't want to get copyright hits, but you can see it does work. This is Sunday, so the services are on. Radio works well. I'm very pleased with it. There are some things that I don't understand about how to use this yet, because like I said, the instructions was pretty poor. on this, but you know, they are what they are. One of the other things I discovered is these wires here on these RCAs. Now this part here is for the external amp, if you want an external amp or whatever. But now these yellow wires are video wires, and there's one marked video out, and there's two that's marked CVBS in 1 and 2, I think. Yeah. So I'm assuming one of these is going to be for the DVR. Well, I said DVR. Actually, the DVR uses a USB connection. That's this down here, and so, like I said, that's what works it. So I'm not really sure exactly what all this is for, but I'm pretty sure that the extra one that we kept wondering about what it was used for is for the reverse light. This one here, or reverse cam, I should say, because I think it has its own dedicated one. So that's what we're gonna go with anyway. One of the other options that were supposed to be included with this was a steering wheel remote, and I have not found that, and I'm assuming it doesn't have it with it. That's not a big deal to me. I wasn't planning on using it anyway. Never have liked those. Now the ones that are built into the factory are not bad, but the ones that are add-on that just strap to your steering wheel, they kind of sucky. So that's that. The other option is Bluetooth. Let's see if we can get that connected up and playing. I do know you have to have the radio off for that to happen. Now Bluetooth is right here, and paired devices should still be in there. Let me see if I can get it to pair without too much hassle. And it is connecting to it's Car BT is what it's called. Okay, it says it's present, so let's see if we can play some music on it. That would be nice. Now I'll turn it up a little bit. So let's go to, let's see, is this it? That's not it, maybe music. There we go. There's your display for the Bluetooth. So you can go switch your whatever, you know, I can't play too much Beatles though. They'll get me. Like I say, if you can't hardly hear it, I'm sorry, but I want to keep my copyright thing down as best as I can. But it does work well, and I'm very pleased with how it works. And I haven't tried the phone. I'm not a big fan of using Bluetooth on the phone here, and I've never tried it. I may someday in the car just to see if it works, but for right now I'm not going to worry about it. So, well, that's enough of that. Go back out of that. Let's see. Now, as I started to say, this is our speedometer deal here. I haven't yet figured out how to set it for mile per hour instead of kilometers per hour, but that will be in the settings somewhere. Now, the other options, the icons, the whatever you want to call that, you press that to get that, and all that is there. You go back to the radio. Your navigation is down here, I believe. This is the navigation that is on the little China GPS unit that I got, and it's pretty much the same as you can see. So I haven't tried that obviously because I don't have the GPS hooked up with the antenna, nor do I have it outside, so we haven't really tried that. But it's pretty much the same type of thing, and I'm assuming it will work just fine. And that's good. Now, local music, that is your no media files, but we have some right here that we can hook up. And we'll try that out real quick, I hope. There we go. It should find them. And it did. That seems to work well. So, like I say, that works just like it should. The only thing I haven't been able to get, and I haven't tried the SD card, but I don't see why it would be any different than the flash drive. It should work just the same. In fact, I'm thinking about this will accept a 128 gigabyte SD card. I'm thinking about putting all my music on there, but that will hold, I think, most all my music, and just have that in the radio all the time. And that way I don't have to worry about any Bluetooth or anything else. So the auxiliary in I have not been able to get to work yet, and I think it's the cable I'm using. That's the only thing I can figure. So, you know, that's just basically, you know, all I can tell you about that. Now, I don't know if I don't know if that's my time come back in. Oh, I know what it is. This is set to automatically get on the internet, which it is paired to my, not to the phone, but to my house internet, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But that's where it's getting the time from now. I did set it up for network time. So let's get this off, and that works well. We're not worried about that. I'm gonna unplug this. Well, I'll take this out first. Unplug that. One of these days I will try a SD card. Like I said, I'd like to have a big one if I can find one real cheap. But so we tried the Bluetooth, we tried the local music, the radio we've seen, the video. I don't have any video files on, and we've seen the navigation. Let's see. There was something about the car settings. I'm not really sure how that or what that does as of yet. So downloads, I guess, is what you download. I don't know. Maps, phone link. Now phone link, I don't know how that works yet. The DVR, don't know. Wallpapers is basically wallpapers. You can set your wallpapers there. So, like I say, YouTube does work. I don't have it set up, but it comes up, and it is on the internet right now because it's using, like I said, the Wi-Fi. I don't remember how I set up the Wi-Fi, to tell you the truth. But anyway, you know, it is set up. Now I like to get into settings for this. Okay, there's your I've got it on rock now. You can choose pop, jazz, classical, or you can just set it up custom if you want. I'll leave it on rock. It's not a big deal to me. So your car settings, that's all, you know, whatever. So, factory settings, that's not another thing I don't really understand. There's your info. Now this has got Android 9.1 instead of 9.0, which is good. CAN bus 3.0, don't really exactly know all about that, but it's got a 16 gig flash. There's your 1.3 A7 quad processor. 800 by 400 is the display. It's supposed to be 1024 by 6 something. I'm not really sure why that's like that, but maybe that can be changed also. I don't know. But like I say, that's that. Sound settings is back to the, what do you call it again? System info again. Factory settings, we don't know. Android settings is here. Not really sure. Go to the settings. Maybe this is where I did the yeah, this is your Wi-Fi. Here's your Wi-Fi set up here, and I've got that set up, so I'm not going to mess with. Oops! I think I just knocked over the whole thing. There we go. I'm not going to go back into any of that. That's all set, and I'm not going to mess with it. So you can scroll down further. Your brightness, screen brightness, is up all the way right now. You can turn it down if you want. Whoops! Back there. That's your backlight, and your backlight on and off, I guess, or whatever. Not sure how that works, but I've just got it up all the way right now so we can see it. Steering learn, I don't know what that does. Navigation, you know what that is. Logo setting. Now this might be where I did the logo set. Yeah, I think that's where I did it. but it's already set. I'm not going to mess with that. Handbrake. I don't know about any of this. This may be something reverse settings. I don't know. We'll see. But like I say, that's stuff that I just haven't learned about yet. I really would like to learn how to change that though, and I'm gonna get into it a little bit more now. I don't know what this does. Okay, that's apparently Google Maps. I don't know if we can scroll. Nope, no scrolling there. That takes you back to that. Now there is another type of menu here. It's got different icons, so I don't know if this is the default or what, but it seems to be. So, like I say, all this seems to be working rather well, and I'm very happy about that. Obviously, the steering wheel remote, no big deal. Not angry about that at all, because a little angry because I didn't include it. But like I say, I wasn't going to use it anyway, so it's not a big deal. So again, I like the unit. It works well. It'll be even better when I put it in the car. I do have the that's the other thing. I do have the adapter plate for the double DIN radio ordered. It's coming out of Tennessee. I think it was 14 something, and it does include the wiring harness too. So all that'll be able to be hooked up. Again, the GPS. That's my biggest, or not complaint, but my biggest problem right now is getting the GPS on the dash in some way, and I've been thinking about that. Like I said, that probably going through that defrost outlet there is probably the best way to do it. But so I think that's about it. So I'm gonna play a couple songs here. Of course, I won't be able to play all of them all the way through. Stuff like that. Let me go back to the radio real temporarily, please. Thank you. This is now this little display here, I didn't know exactly what that is. It says this is some test radio text. I'm sure that's it comes on certain stations, not all the stations, but you can see there it says 1061theriver.com, and I think those are the only two I've seen it work on. So none of the other ones seem to be using that. So this is our local station here. His promise becomes the defining feature. So like I said, that's a look at that. Let's go back off of the radio. The first thing I learned is you can't use the Bluetooth and the radio at the same time. Usually I thought, when you did Bluetooth, it would let you, sometimes it comes up in phone, and I don't understand why. But you go back to the, I think this will work if I just press that. Yep, it is working. Turn it up a little bit. Oops. Does seem to have pretty good sound to it. Of course, it'll sound even better in a car. Now we'll play this because this shouldn't give us a, what do you call it? Okay, I like I said, I by no means covered everything on this, but I have pretty much got at least the basic operation down pat, and I think, as long as I don't mess something else up, I guess. I keep it knocking. I like this song. You can see how well that works. it works rather well. I don't like to play very much of the Beatles because they really get those. Mudcrutch, this is one of Tom Petty's other groups. Hey Joe. So anyway, that's a good look at the music capabilities there. Happy with the, like I said, the way that works. Simple to get back to the radio. I like that.
Even through illegitimate means, not doing a really good job at this many nations father thing. So
now I haven't figured out exactly how I think there's at least three of these displays that you can fill up with stations, so I'm not really sure how that works, but again, that will be, these are my local stations. It's probably the only thing I'll ever listen to.
Schiff played the Prelude and Fugue number 18 from Johann Sebastian.
Like I say, this is the Bloomington educational station from the college out there. And, you know, not sure about Net Navi. I don't know exactly what that does, but I do know this is the navigation I used on the Chinese GPS. And Chrome, I don't know if I showed you that, but yeah, it does have Chrome, and it does is connected right there. You really need to sign in, you know, get your stuff to work right, and I haven't done that yet, so it's not a big deal. I don't really plan on using the internet much in the car with this, but you know, it will be handy if I need to, I guess. And it does have a calculator. How about that? I'll tell you what, something else. Like I say, it's just Play Store. Now, that's the other thing I was thinking about. There's a couple items like the tire pressure monitoring. I don't know how that works. There's an app for it or what? But I haven't set the Play Store up yet. I've got to get my account in there, information in there, and do that. But also the Torque Pro that works with the diagnostic, the little Elm Bluetooth thing that I bought. I've got to get that set up. But my camera timed out. It only goes for 30 minutes, I think, 30 or 25, whatever it was. But I didn't really mean to make this that long, but you know me, I like to talk. That's a quick look at the radio. I'm happy with the way it works. Very happy, indeed. Like I say, it seems to work rather well. And I'm just thrilled to death that it does work just as good as it works. I'm still learning, but like I say, like I say, I'll figure out how to set that up and get that to where it works. But all this stuff works here good, and like I said, the time is correct now, and apparently that works with GPS, or not GPS, but network, the internet. So, alright, gonna get off here and you know, get back to doing something else. I'll probably edit this up and put it on the internet for tomorrow morning, and you guys can take a look at it. Let me know your thoughts and comments, as always. I did see Greg of Greg's Vintage Workshop did a premiere this morning, and it's kind of funny. If anybody doesn't know, the premieres come with a live chat, and unless you disable that, it happens, and he didn't know it. I had to text him and tell him that there was a live chat going on, and I think he got in just about the time the video was ending, but he did get to see it. So that's about it. Like I say, you guys, now the power switch on this, basically if you do this, it goes to this display here, and as long as there's power going to the radio, that's what this does. It doesn't actually shut off. But again, like I say, if you shut the key off, it will go off and then come back on to the Toyota icon or wallpaper, whatever you want to call it. And I kind of like the way that works. That's kind of neat. So, alright, gonna shut this down and get this edited and get it up on the internet. You guys have a great day. I've got to go pick up groceries here in a little bit, and I've got my Home Depot order to pick up. Got to do that. Alright, one more quick addition to the whole video here. I saw this down there. It said manual. For some reason, I'm thinking manual and automatic. I don't know. I wasn't thinking the actual device manual to read and see what all the stuff is. But there's a 12-page manual here that shows all. Here's my instructions. Is basically what I'm saying. So I can read through this and then maybe get everything set up and you know, see, that tells about all the other different things that video playback, everything is in here. So for some reason I just didn't I did not equate manual with being a read the manual type thing. Like I said, it is all here, so I'm happy about that. I'll be able to look through this and see exactly what I need to know. Be able to change that from mile or kilometers per hour to miles per hour. All that stuff should be in here, I would think. So there you go. I may just download this to my other tablet or even to the computer and read over it, and that way I can do it instead of sitting here in the shop and doing it. But I just wanted to add that bit to it, and like again, I am tickled pink about the way this thing works, and I am just thrilled that I did not get screwed. You know, you get burnt, and every time you order something else, you think, am I going to get burnt again? So I don't think I did with this. I think it's a pretty good price for this unit, and I think it does work pretty darn good for what it is. And once I read the directions, I'll be able to use the whole thing. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. We'll see ya!